good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are joining Africa Online TV. Well, I did step outside today, and it was a little blustery outside compared to the 90 degrees that we had just a couple days ago. It's a little windy, and as I said, it's blustery. That's what it's looking like outside my door. What's it looking like outside yours? Well, we are halfway through April, and April is National Financial Literacy Month. And we also know that this is the deadline for tax season. So this is a good time to talk about our taxes, how to save and gain money so that we can have generational wealth and not just pay bills. So we're here with another expert who will share with us how to gain financial wealth, how to mitigate some of those taxes, and how to just be on time with some of the things that we lag behind financially in doing. But at this time, I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Professor Niasan, for the editorial of the day. Hi, my brother. How are you doing, and what's it looking like in your neck of the woods?
My neck of the wood, 58 degrees at the moment. It was drizzling a while ago. It is windy, as you say. It is windy here, just like in your own neck of the woods. All the same, we take it with one step. We take it with pride because we know that the better days are ahead rather than behind us. That said, April the 19th is day number 109 of the year, day number 109 in 2026. But what is there to take home and to take note of as we move into that 109th day of the year? We're almost through the day anyway. April 19 is celebrated with a variety of national and cultural observances, including National Garlic Day. Do you cook with garlic? Yeah. Do you eat garlic? It is one of those spices.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So garlic, National Garlic Day is a day to celebrate this ingredient, its culinary uses, and its health benefits. Many of us know that people often cook garlic-rich meals or explore new recipes to honor this ingredient. Yes, garlic is an ingredient. April the 19th is also National Hanging Out Day. Ambassador Lisa is already hanging out, I believe. So all of us here, we don't have the opportunity to hang out because we're on this program, but we are hanging out on this program, isn't it? Yeah, we're hanging out on this program. So it is a day to encourage relaxation and spending quality time with friends and family, both indoors and outdoors. That's what I mean. This day, April the 19th, is also, please note, refresh your goals a day. Refresh your goals today. It is refresh your goals. You made resolutions on New Year's Day. Can you refresh those resolutions and see if you are keeping them and see if you are being motivated by them? Whatever you do, refresh your day or your goals rather. It's a day that motivates many and reminds us to reflect on personal goals and set new intentions for the future. The day of the week is Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday, the 16th of April 2026. There are still 256 days left before we think of saying bye-bye to 2026. 256 days. That's quite a number of days. On Africa Online Media Corporation this Sunday, and in keeping with the spirit of April, we are still into taxes and finances, staying aware of the need to be financially patriotic, that is paying your taxes, and to pay more taxes if that, well, not to pay more taxes. We don't want to pay more taxes, but it is a civic duty to pay your taxes. Staying financially literate and building wealth are the goals that we should seek to meet in this month of April. It is because of that on this program today, we have another financial expert to discuss with us and raise awareness about savings and building wealth and about building wealth. Yes, that is said. And so because of that, we are going to let the chair of Africa Online Media Corporation, Her Highness Reverend Palm, to welcome our guests rather, not our ghost. No, we don't deal with ghosts, we deal with guests. So Reverend Palm, please, can you welcome our guests and the rest of us to this Sunday's Unscripted discussion as always.
All right, yeah, so I don't know what you ate, whether it was Polish plantains or what, but she's not even a guest. She's neither a ghost nor a guest. She's a AfricaOnline team member, and this is not her first time sharing her expertise on financial literacy. So on behalf of AfricaOnline Media Corporation, yes, I want to appreciate you. It looks like your background is different today, and your outfit is different. You are not in your normal regalia. And Ambassador Lisa, I am so excited because I thought you were on the plane heading to Nigeria already. So I'm so excited to see you today, even though I'm not showing my face. And I want to welcome our sister, Mrs. Valeria, our Ngafor. You know, and I know Ambassador Lisa will have a wonderful time saying that name. And her duplicate, Mrs. Vera, our Mankwa. It's a good thing they don't have the same hairdo. So Ambassador Lisa, you will not be getting them mixed up. And I see her husband, even though he's not showing his face, DJ Montana, Mr. Tony Ngafor on the line. So I want to appreciate you, Nia Song and Ambassador Lisa and all of our viewers, those who are watching. We're streaming live on YouTube, and we'll post it on Facebook later. So our ears are perked up, and I'm ready to be reminded of some of the stuff that she talked about. Was it last year or 2 years ago? You know, and this April, we're always learning new things about financial literacy, especially the day and age that we are in this country. And Ambassador Lisa, when you get to Nigeria, share some of this with your people there. So I'm going to give the mic to our speaker today to introduce herself to those who will be watching her for the first time. This video will stay on forever, and you can always go back and reference her last class to see if something have changed, and I'm sure there are new information. So if you guys hear me call Hannah, that's just short form for her middle name. So Mrs. Ngafor, the mic is yours. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mapam. Thank you, Ambassador Lisa. Thank you, Ni Asonglefak. Thank you for having me. To our guests, everybody that is here for the first time, I am thrilled to be here. April is Financial Literacy Awareness Month, and this is something that I'm very passionate about. Like I was introduced, my name is Valeria Ngafor. And I've been in the industry for more than 10 years. So this is what I do daily. I do this, this is my career. And I would love to share some tips on building savings and wealth. I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to present this evening, morning, afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. And I would love to take your questions either here or offline, whichever you prefer. I will give my information. I'm going to post my website at the end of this so that you can reach out. So with that said, let's get started.
Great. Ambassador Lisa, did you want to say something before
Yes,
she starts?
I did. Yes, before we get started, because we are broadcasting live on WhatsApp, on our YouTube, they're not able to see what is posted in the chat box. So if you would not mind posting your website now, and this way we can announce it so that those who are watching on YouTube will be able to hear what the website is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambassador Lisa. Let me post that on the chat, and you can read that out for me if you don't mind.
And this show is still unscripted, so there's no telling. But the good thing is, since you are doing a presentation, I think that will kind of guide what the anchors will ask you. Because when there's no presentation, they can ask you anything, including how much money is your bank account, even though AI can tell us that.
Okay, let me go back and see. What's this? Into the PowerPoint. try to put it. It keeps taking me to Google Slides.
No, you can just type your website in the chat box.
Yes, I can do that. I was trying to. Okay, let me do that before I share it.
Great.
Because if I'm sharing, I won't be able to do that.
Okay.
All right. So are we good?
Yeah, I'm typing the website.
Okay.
Okay. We just want people to be able to reach you directly.
So it's actually agents.
So for those
It's
of you
what?
watching on Facebook or YouTube, and you'll be watching this replay later, I will be sharing her website because I don't seem to be able to type in on YouTube. So we'll be announcing it. Listen carefully. We'll be announcing her website. So whatever questions you may have, you can reach out to her directly and get your answers to your questions.
Yeah, we can also add it on the comment section after the show on the YouTube. But let me take this to Facebook now.
Okay, so I have it on the chat.
Oh, okay. Woo, that's your website.
Yes.
Okay. So while she is getting ready to go back to her PowerPoint presentation, I'm just going to announce the website, and we will announce it several times during the program. It is agents.worldfinancialgroup.com/Valeria dash. Okay, for those of you who can see her name spelled down there,
Majel?
that's what it is after it. But I believe if you just go to agents.worldfinancialgroup.com, you will find her website there.
Yeah, they have to type my name to be able to get it.
Oh, it has to have your name?
Has to have all of that.
Oh, okay. Well, it will be worldfinancialgroup.com/VALERIA dash NAHJELL dash AWAH dash NGAFOR. It is her name for those of you who can see it on the bottom of her screen under her lovely face. Add that agents.worldfinancialgroup.com/Valeria, the rest of her name. Awa Ngafor.
Yeah.
Good job, Ambassador Lisa. You did not bite your tongue. Good job.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
You got it. You didn't butcher the name, like you said.
I like that.
Let me go through my. Okay, can we all see this? Let me go through this.
Yes.
Okay. So savings and wealth. What do you learn? Identify your goals, the financial foundation mindset. What is the wealth formula and how will it help? Comprehend the effects of time and inflation on your assets. The concept of money. So of course, when we talk about wealth, we start with money. What is money to you? When you think about money, what image or what picture comes to mind? What
Shopping.
Yes. Remember your first job, the first time you earned a paycheck, or the time someone taught you about the value of money. What did you do with your money the first time you earned a paycheck? What are the most common things you financially plan for? So some of the things we plan for are school, education, vacation, travel, engagement, wedding, home, retirement. What are you planning for? Setting and re-evaluating goals is an important part to being financially independent, right? If you're saving and building your future without solid goals, you are more likely to overspend and not have the resources when you need most. So goals are very important. Financial goals are generally based on amount and time needed. Different ages will have different goals and time frames. So that is where the question is it too soon or is it too late? That answers that. So now is always the best time. Short-term goals, less than 1 year, pay off a specific debt. For example, saving for a vacation, or midterm goals between 1 to 5 years. Example, pay off a car, pay off debts, and long-term goals. So long-term goals will be those things that will go above 5 years. For example, a child's education, down payment for house, or retirement.
Wait, Mana, is your screen supposed to be moving, or because we are just on the workshop one?
Oh, really? It's not moving?
Yes. Okay, no.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
It's supposed to be moving.
That's technology for you.
So let me know what you see now.
Okay, now goal setting. Yes, now we are.
Is it
we
okay?
see goal setting, short-term goals, mid-term goals, long-term goals.
Yes.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, each goal must be paired with an action. What are you doing to achieve that goal? So what is your action plan for your goals? What you see right now is a personal financial strategy form. What are you saving for? And so everybody that is attending this session today, I can help you with this. Send you a copy of this form, you fill it out, and then I help you analyze to help you set better goals and that are achievable and plan better. So what are you saving for? Is it retirement, education, college, medical expense, elective surgeries, new car, pay off credit cards, pay off debt, wedding, engagement ring, new home, new appliances, home repairs or improvements? So vacation, birthday party, new phone, investment, property, moving out, hobbies, recreation, baby, family planning, purse. Yes, people do plan for that. Ladies, anniversary getaway, road trip, tickets to a concert, big game outing or show. So to help determine how much you need to save, you can use what we call Formula 10-20. So many financial professionals suggest that 10 times your annual income in order to meet the insurance need for your family. So if you think we're talking about life insurance, you need 10 times your income to properly protect your family, and 20 times your income saved by the time you retire. So where do you currently have your money? Ask yourself, where you have your money, will you be able to meet that goal of 20 times your income when it's time to retire? Financial needs analysis. That is one way to help you plan. It is a roadmap towards your goals and towards achieving them. Personal financial strategy, financial calculators. So we do have all these tools on our website when we meet on a one-to-one basis. I can help you with these tools. Depending on your goals, we can actually calculate the exact amount that it would take for you to achieve that goal based on the bulk amount. We can talk about what you need to put away every month or every year to get to that goal. Whichever strategy you use, remember, procrastination is not part of the strategy. How much do you need to save per month for a house? How about for retirement? If you need $1 million at age 65, here's what you will need to save per month based on 8% rate of return. So if you're 25 years old, you will need $286.44 a month to get to $1 million at age 65. If you are 35 years old, you will need $670.98 a month to get to $1 million at age 65. And if you are 45, you will need $1,697.73. So again, very practical. Work with someone on your goals to assess your current situation, develop a strategy to reach them, and what you will do after you've achieved those goals. So on the road to our goals, we must prepare for when life happens, a broken down car, loss of property, or a loved one. Goals can be pushed further away due to financial setbacks. Would you rather feel certain in your finances or scramble by asking for donations through crowdfunding? Prepare for these unexpected events by having a proper financial foundation. Do you think the foundation should be built? Emergency fund, debt management, proper protection, investment. So which one is the most important? When you look at this outline, which one is the foundation? Which is at the bottom? Anybody wants to take a guess?
I think emergency funds should definitely be number one.
Okay, somebody else? Thank you. Let's find out.
Debt management.
Proper protection.
Oh.
So proper protection is really the most important component in our financial house. Why? Because when we build our financial house, it's like we build a house. We must start from the ground up. When all the turbulence of life comes, when we have proper protection, and when we talk about proper protection, we are thinking about your health. Think about health insurance. Most people become bankrupt because of their health. Think about life insurance. When the main breadwinner passes on, how does the family continue? That is why life insurance is very important. Proper protection. We think about protecting your assets, your health, your income. If you are not here today, how do you ensure that your family continues to get the same income that you've been providing to run the household for at least 10 years if your kids are still young? But what if you become sick? What if you become sick for a long time and you need long-term care, or you're diagnosed with a critical illness? That is where proper protection comes into play. And so, because we want to make sure that whether you live long, whether you die too soon or you become sick, there's always money to take care of you and your responsibilities. And then the next thing is debt management, because the longer we keep any debt, the more money we're going to pay to our creditors and the less savings we will have. Then emergency fund. So you want to put away at least 3 to 6 months of your income for emergencies. And the last thing is investment. So the good thing is that we do have workshops that go into details of all of these concepts every day, Monday to Friday. Again, just reach out to me and I'll give you details on that. Wealth is a mathematical problem. So let's talk about money, time, rate of return, inflation. We will start with money, with the fact that money doesn't grow on trees. You must work for it. And if you want to build wealth, there is a formula for you to build on. So let's talk about money and time. Let's think about money in two ways, right? When you make it, right, they tax you. So time is money. The expression means that in order to earn money, you must use your time, trading your time for money. So some people trade their time and they get so much, and others trade their time, they get very little. Money making money. So that's the other concept of money. This refers to money accruing interest over a period of time. Money is now working for you. So while you work for money, it is important that you get your money to work for you. Time can be for us or against us. Having a lot of time is advantageous, but even with time on our side, not utilizing it can cost us. See what happens here to Mr. Start Early and Mr. Way Longer. So we use these two gentlemen to talk about the importance of time. One of them, 25 years old, started saving $300 a month, and he did that for 8 years and stopped at the age of 31, 7 years. And then his brother, Mr. Wade Longer, learned about his savings and decides to do the same, but he has to start at the age of 32. So he does the same. By the time they are 48, if you look at their earnings, Mr. Wade Longer has Mr. Start Early has $128,361, and Mr. Wade Longer has $131,221. Pay attention to their total contribution. That's where you see the impact of time. Look at how much Mr. Start Early contributed, $25,200, and his brother contributed $61,200. The difference in their earning is about $3,000. So who made more money? Take a guess. So who made more money?
Anyone? That was Mr. Start Early. Sorry.
Start Early, right? Yeah, because Mr. Way Longer had to actually more than double his contribution to get close to what Mr. Start Early earned. Wealth is a mathematical problem. The next thing we look at is the rate of return. Rate of return is very important. When you put your money somewhere, you want to pay attention to the rate of return, or interest, as it is commonly known, is the percentage of net gain or loss on an investment over time. For example, if you earn $6 on a $100 investment, simply divide the gain by the principal amount, and it is 6% return. Do you remember the rule of 72 from Saving Your Future? The rule of 72 shows how to approximately calculate the effect of compound interest with a very simple formula. So take 72, divide by the rate of return, equals years for money to double. And that could be your debt doubling. So let's take 72 divided by 4. If you get 4%, your money will double every 18 years. If your credit card is 18%, it means the balance will double every 4 years if you don't pay it off. What if I get 6% rate of return every year? Then your money will double every 12 years. And so at 6%, by the time this person is 36, he will have 81,472. And then we have Mr. B that is putting the money where it yields 8%. By the time he is 36, he will have 159,682. And we have Mr. C that is getting 10%. By the time he's 36, he will have 309,126. So look at the difference. When you look at 12%, 6%, 9%, and 10%, we may say, oh, it's just 4%, but it's a lot. In terms of compounding interest, over time, Mr. C ends up with 309,126. All of them started with 10,000. That is why information is very important, because when you come to a class like this and then you learn about this, then you start asking questions, where can I put my money so I get that kind of interest? If you put 100,000 into an account and in 9 years it guarantees to double to 200,000, what is your rate of return? 8%, right? So if you ignore paying the balance on one of your credit cards and the APR is 18%, in how many years will your debt balance double? Can someone answer that? In how many years will your debt double? Nobody? 4 years, right? Because we looked at you have to divide the interest rate, 72 by the interest rate. Using the previous table at a 10% rate of return, approximately how much money would you have after 43 years? 600,000. So the last, we look at inflation. So since 1958, the average inflation rate in the United States is 3.7%. But we know when we look at gas today, That is like 50%, right? It's like doubled. Average cost of living in the 70s versus the 90s and 2020, everything is going up. Everything is going up. So assuming an inflation rate of 3%, what will your $100 buy over in the next 20 years? So again, this is to drive home the importance of getting our money to work for us, because if you're just working for money, you will realize that you're not able to meet up with your expenses because everything is getting so expensive. So 5 years from now, your purchasing power will definitely decrease. If we use 3%, just 3% inflation rate, the value of $100 will drop to 86, and you will need $116 to buy what you buy today for $100. And in 10 years, it will drop to 74, and you will need $134 to buy what you buy for $100 today. And in 15 years, it will drop to 64. You will need 156. In 20 years, it will be 55, and you will need $181. So what is the purchasing power of your 100? What is the purchasing power of your $100? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing or is staying the same?
Definitely decreasing.
It's decreasing. That is correct. So if you started with 100,000, how much would the increased inflation amount be in 20 years?
Ooh.
How much do you think it would be? If you started with 100,000, you would need, how much would you need? 181,000. Yes. So almost doubling. So as we watch our retirement, we have to take this into consideration. How much would you need to retire in 20 years? And then how much would you need to retire for 20 years? So it's not only retiring in 20 years, but also you live for another 20 years. How do you survive? So 3 categories of tax treatment. So the last thing we look at.
I have a quick question on your previous. Sorry, I have to keep going back and forth on minutes.
That's okay. Let me go back.
Okay, is that, I mean, what you just explained, is that like the time value of money?
The time value,
like that for me, yeah.
That is the rate, the impact of inflation on your money.
Yeah. Okay, it just sounds the same. I think it's the same concept, because with the time value of money, it's saying that your $100 today is more valuable than the $100 in a year or two. So okay, I just wanted to, okay, all right, no problem. Go
ahead. Okay, so the next thing we look at is the 3 categories of tax treatment. Where do you currently have your money? If you read page 18 of the 7-Year Future book, it talks about the different places you put money and their tax consequences. As we get older, we want to rebalance our assets. So we move them into things that are tax advantage. So tax now means that any earnings from these accounts must pay tax for that year. Tax later refers to money you put into an account as pre-tax, money that you have not yet paid income tax on. For example, your 401k, for example, 403b, but you'll be paying tax later when you withdraw it. These accounts are also called tax deferred. Tax advantage means you generally won't pay tax when you withdraw money from your account. Tax advantage investment money is after tax money because you have already paid taxes on it. For example, your Roth account. So identify the typical tax treatment for each account. So savings account is tax now, 401k, tax later, mutual funds, tax now, Roth IRA, tax advantage, and life insurance, cash value, tax advantage. When saving, you want to consider the effect that taxes can have on your income. So that is tax now, tax later, and then tax advantage. So if you have a job and your job offers health savings account, you definitely want to take advantage of that because that is a tax advantage account. If you save $100 and gain 4%, you pay 25% in taxes. Next, your net after tax is $103, less 3% inflation. So your actual, what is left? Your actual return is $100. So you must get at least 4% in interest to beat taxes and inflation. Are you gaining or losing? Where do you currently have your money? What would it mean for your family when you have enough money to be free of financial worries? What will it mean for your family's future, knowing you and your children understand how money works? Whatever the goals are, long or short term, the journey begins by building a solid financial foundation and understanding the wealth formula. You can become financially independent, have a plan of action, increase your cash flow, make money when you can, while you can, have multiple sources of income, spend less, save more, rebalance your budget, increase your savings, reduce your debt and liabilities. You can be debt free. Understand how money works. Become your own money manager. Have a clear financial goal. Build a solid financial foundation. Have a life of purpose. Build a legacy. And embrace change and expect to succeed. Change your habits. Expect to win. Financial independence is not a dream, it's often just a decision. So, this is just a testimonial, someone sharing financial education with applied knowledge will serve your family, your future well. Though we started from scratch in our 20s, we were able to achieve our first 1 million saved goal and are very proud of our money management discipline since. We are excited to achieve our next financial goals, and this time for sure, it won't take that long. Only you can take the steps necessary for your future. One of the greatest miracles is that you can change your life simply by changing the way you think. Connect with the people that invited you, be part of the 30 million financially educated, and join the campaign and bring someone to our next workshop. So again, thank you so much for having me. And that brings me to the end of my presentation.
Awesome.
Oh,
So, okay, Niason, go ahead because I have a question.
I just wanted to say, so what would you tell that person at the street corner wondering and scratching their head what to do?
So thank you very much, Niason, for your question. So the first thing is just get started. If you make income, let's start by looking at, can you start by saving 1 hour of your pay? Start there. Or can you start by saving $10 a day? Once you make income, you should be able to save. And if you don't make enough income, then find a way to increase your income. So one way you increase your income is getting into a business like what I do. So talk to me so I can get you on board and get you started to make that extra income. That's why I got into business, because I felt I was not making enough money and I needed to increase my income. But today, this is what I do.
Awesome. Okay. My question is, and you know, I know you mentioned 401k briefly.
Yes.
And you talked about tax now, tax later. But when I looked at that screen,
yes,
every one of them you still had to pay tax. So two things. One, I don't want to pay tax now or later.
Okay.
But I don't want to evade tax either. I want to avoid it.
Yes.
So because there's no point. If I'm going to pay tax later, why not just pay it now and get over it? This is not me personally. I'm just hypothetically. Then the other thing, I know the Enron situation with 401k is still not in a lot of people's minds because the media is no longer talking about it. I had a neighbor whose life was destroyed by it. So why would I want to put money in a 401k if I'm an employee? I'm not talking about me, I'm just talking about somebody else. Why do that? Because it happened before. What is the guarantee that it will not happen again, that there will not be an Enron 2.0? So what is the safest way to save money, for the average Joe or Josephine?
Okay, good question, Mapam. Thank you so much. So if you have a job, if you're an employee and your company offers 401k, the reason you will take the 401k is because of the free money that comes with
matching.
So let's say if your company matches 3%, and your goal is to save 10%, you can take the 3% and then take the remaining 7% and put it in a tax advantage plan, like your Roth account or cash value life insurance. So there are two places, those two places you won't pay taxes. When money grow in cash value life insurance, you don't pay taxes when you withdraw it. What is the advantage of that? Most, if it's an index product, for example, it is saved. You never lose money. Your money grow tax advantage, and then it comes with protection. So you are saving money, and at the same time, you are covered. Also, if it's for your child's education, that child is also protected and also has money for education in the future. The reason why I will encourage someone to do 401k at a job will only be because of the free money. But if free money is not offered, then you should use alternatives, not the 401k. Because like you said, there are no guarantees, because a 401k, it's a variable account, which means that you can lose it.
Okay, so one last question, then the uncles can. For somebody who is a business person, either here or in Africa, what's the best, can your company help people who work in Africa or who live in, they're not operating in the US? Can they help them save money? And if so, what kind of accounts?
Yes, thank you. We can help. So we can definitely help. The cash value life insurance, yes, there are certain countries in Africa that are excluded, but depending on where you live in Africa and depending on your net worth, we can definitely help you. There are other products that can be used, like annuities, for those who live in Africa. Mutual funds. Mutual fund is a variable account, but you can also grow wealth using it. And there are other different accounts, like I mentioned, annuities that someone in Africa can definitely use because it is safe. Definitely a fixed index annuity, not variable. But there are variable accounts that have certain protection that safeguard your investment. So depending on your goals and the money you have, we can definitely find a product that will help you.
So with those business people in Africa, if they sign up with your company or they use your product, would they have to pay taxes to the US government even though they don't live or work here?
No, they won't need to pay taxes because they are using tax advantage plans.
Okay. All right. Okay, uncles. Uncles, I'm going to step away for a few minutes.
So, Valeria, when you were talking about tax now, tax later, for instance, the 401k, how does that differ? Because I didn't have a 401k, I had a pension plan.
Oh, you had a
But
pension.
how does the 401k differ from, say, the IRA, that like a Roth IRA, where I believe you are not paying taxes on your money at that time, but you're paying them later? Wouldn't you be paying them later at a higher rate?
Yes. Okay. So no, at the income rate. So the 401k, you pay taxes later. The Roth IRA, you do not pay taxes. That's a tax advantage plan. So with Roth IRA, so long as you respect all the rules, like having your money in that account for at least 5 years, and until you're 59 and a half, you won't pay taxes.
At all?
Yeah, at all. With your 401k, it is tax deferred. So you will pay taxes when you withdraw, when you get to 59 and a half and you have to take out your money. So that is the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k.
Because with my deferred comp for the city of Philadelphia, if I take money out, of course, I always take out enough money to pay the taxes at that time, so I'm not paying them when it comes to income tax time.
Yes.
How, and I never really understood the advantage of having such an account and then paying taxes later at a higher rate. Can you explain to our audience why having a deferred comp, why do our jobs, recommend a deferred comp when that tax money is coming out later at a higher rate?
Okay. So again, the only advantage would be that you are not paying more taxes today. So it's a
Okay.
matter of, yes, and it is the way the product is structured, the plan is structured. The only advantage is that you are okay. Think about it. If you are making 100,000 and they take out 5,000 or let's say 10,000 from that money goes to your 401k, your taxes, your income tax will be on 90,000. So you're saving on that 10,000 to pay later. So that is a concept of saving on the seeds to pay taxes on the fruits. So would you rather pay taxes on the seeds or on the crops?
I didn't get that on the what?
On the crops, like when
Crops.
yes.
Or
So
the seeds or the
yeah,
crop.
the seeds or the crops. So that's the concept. So
Okay.
yeah, so if I were to give you apple seeds and say pay taxes, or take it and go plant it when you have your fruits, you can pay me taxes. If you are a business person, you would definitely say, no, I want to pay taxes on this right away, because when I have the fruits, it's going to be an orchard.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be paying way more than what I'm paying today. So I
Okay.
definitely don't want to. But again, because that is what is offered, that is what people take. Because again, most people do not understand the tax consequences. They see what they are saving today. They are not looking at what they will pay tomorrow.
Right.
And so it is enticing when it is presented, oh, it's deferred. So, and another misconception, when people hear the word deferred, some people think it means they're not going to pay taxes when they're
Right.
and a half. And so they jump on it, then find out later that no, deferred meant you were not paying taxes today, not that you're not going to pay tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from anybody in our audience here on our?
Well, I just have this. People are very skeptical about these things, especially when they have to do with finances. So, our guest, what will you do to convince somebody on the streets of, say, Bamenda or Douala or Boya to start a savings plan to build?
Okay. So the first thing is, when you start saving today, you can only have more money tomorrow. If you do nothing, your situation will not change. So that's the first thing we all have to agree. The second thing is, because we don't know what tomorrow brings, saving is very important, because life happens. When life happens, would you rather want to be on the street begging, or would you rather want to have a roof over your head?
Yes.
That is why saving is very important. Saving is a mindset. It's not about how much I have, because there are so many people that have so much money and they are broke. And there are people that have very little, but they have a lot of savings. So it is a mindset. And once we understand that, then everybody will see the need to save. Because would you rather be the one providing, or would you rather be at the end begging? And one thing that most people have to realize is, because I take care of someone today does not mean that tomorrow, when I'm in the same shoe, when I'm in need, that person will be able to provide for me. The only person that can take care of you is you. So you
Right.
need to prioritize with your goals and make sure that you stay on track, because when everything else fails, it is what you do today that will take care of you tomorrow. It's not what you do tomorrow.
Okay.
Sure.
Now we have a few minutes before we are at the top of the hour. Unfortunately, we don't have any more guests. Let's hear, because I'm looking at speaker view. Let me go for a second and see. Is Vera still here? Does she work with you in your business?
Yes, she does.
Okay. I want to hear from your twin.
Yeah, Vera can talk about. Vera, where are you?
Yes.
She's hiding. There she is.
She can talk about how she benefited from savings, just listening to me when I I joined the business. She was one of my first clients. She can share how that has helped.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Ms.
Let's
Vera?
hear your story. We have about 10 minutes before we're at the top of the hour. Is it longer than 10 minutes?
No, no, no.
Yes, about
No,
10 minutes. Yes.
Okay.
just a few minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon again, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. So, more than 10 years ago, when she started this new opportunity, she came to me, and because since I know her,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't have any questions, unlike other people that will question. All I asked was, what do I need to do? And she said, well, you need to get these products. I said, why should I get it? I have life insurance at work. Why do I need another one? And she said, well, the one you have at work, what if you were to lose that job today? And I was like, why will you say something like that? You think I'm going to lose my job? She's like, no, I'm just saying, what if? He said, but also with that policy, you cannot take money from it. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think about that. I said, so if I get this one, I can take money from it? She said, yes. And I said, and how soon can I take money from it? And she said, well, it takes time for money to grow. So you have to give it time. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I guess I can try that. But in I said, okay, I'll do that. So I took advantage of the service. I got a policy. Fast forward about 10 years later, my daughter had to go to college, to UT Austin. And I said, when I checked with tuition, boarding, everything, it was like almost 20,000. So then I called her, said, my policy, how much can I take from it? And she said, well, why don't you check? You see how much you have. I said, really? So I can just take money. She said, yes. I said, okay, let me try this. I was still a little bit skeptical, even though I've been in the business for a little bit. So I called, then I just had to call. So I called the call Transamerica, and I said, I needed 20,000. And the question they asked me, how do you want it? I was like, huh? What do you mean? He said, do you want it to go to your bank, or you want us to send you a check? So I was like, what is the difference? They said, if it goes to your bank, you have to pay $50 and whatever charges. And I was like, oh, that's fine. $50, that's no big deal. So we drove to Austin to take my daughter there. When I got there, it was like the next day or two, and I got a notification from the bank that, a large sum of money had been deposited in my account. So I clicked and I checked. I was like, wow, so this is real. I don't know, for some reason, even though I believed in what she said, but always felt like, can you really just put money and just ask for this amount of money and they just give you without any fuss? But that was what happened. And from there, I believe, and I really felt that I asked myself so many questions. I said, what if I never listened to her? What if I just didn't do anything? Then I will be trying to come up with tuition for my daughter, maybe money that I could do other things. I'll have to. But thank God that I listened, and I was able to take care of that. And for the subsequent year or two, all I did was withdraw money from that particular policy. I just, I believe that sometimes, we make decisions even when we don't understand. But just because you trust someone, you can easily make that decision. For me, it was the trust that I have for her, not because I trusted that company. All I thought was,
she's not going to come to me and tell me something that will not benefit me. That was all I thought about. And that was what I took advantage of the services without even understanding the implication. With what I know now, then I didn't understand anything. But that motivated me to join the business and try to educate other people, just to let them know the importance of saving, and knowing that most of us that work, we do have 401k. But the question is, do we really understand how the 401k works? Because
Yeah,
a lot of people believe that your 401k, once you retire, you're just going to take your money. They don't think about the taxes, which was the same thing I thought. I thought that you're just going to get the money when it's time for retirement, but that's not true. And that's why we see people retire and then they have to go back to work, because once all that taxes are taken, they have little or nothing left.
Yeah, Vera, you're fortunate that you had somebody you could trust. That word
Yes.
trust is the
Yes.
problem we have in our community.
It's trust.
Yes, because many people are skeptical about hearing things about money, especially. When you tell somebody, do this, they are very skeptical about it. So you are lucky that you had somebody you could trust. So how do we build that trust into the wider world?
So I believe, thank you very much, Nia-san, for the question. One way we build trust is through education, like using this platform and just educating people, because the more people get educated, the more understanding they get, and the more confident they become, and they can tell the difference between what is good, what is right, and that is how we build trust over time. So through the stories, like her story, somebody will hear, and having workshops over time, people will gain trust because they will actually relate to the people that have taken advantage of some of these services and their experiences. So through that, we can build trust in our communities.
Thank you very much for that. Ambassador?
Yes, wonderful. It is very important. That was a very key comment that you made. It's very important to be able to trust your financial advisors, because this is the person who has your money. It's your life savers. Now, I don't know of anybody personally, but I happened to be in church a couple weeks ago, and the pastor was telling a story about a friend of his who had put all his trust in his 401k and some investments, not necessarily his 401, but I guess these were investments. And the person that he had been investing with was not as honest, and he lost everything. So it's very easy to almost lose everything. So you do want to get references. You want to check out their website. You want to see if anyone knows them before you start investing your money. And if you're not sure about who you're investing with, invest a little bit of money. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket,
That's
because you
correct.
could drop that basket and then all the eggs are broken. So you want to have a multi-faceted tree with a branch here and a branch there. So put some in there and see how it grows and see how it does. I know the 401k is based on what the market does.
Yes.
So that's kind of iffy. So if you have a 401k, you may want to have one of those Roth IRAs. Now, as long as I've heard about a Roth IRA, I did not know that there's no taxes on it at all.
Yeah, there's no taxes so long as you follow the rules, the 5 years
Just
and 59 and a half. Yeah.
Just follow the rules. That's very interesting. So the Roth IRA is no taxes at all. They're not taking taxes out when you put money in it, and they don't take money out when
When you
you take it
distribute, when you
out,
get your money out.
when you
Yeah.
withdraw it.
Because you already paid taxes on that
So you
money.
want to look at a Roth IRA when you're looking into picking those retirement plans in addition to what you have at work. We are now at the top of the hour, and we're going to take a break. We're going to play our anthem. We're going to give our guests a chance to rest. And all of you, we encourage you to go grab a drink of water. If you're cooking and preparing your dinner, go check on your pots and be back in about 5 minutes. The anthem will be over, and we'll talk about next week's topic. We'll talk about Operation Borehole 55. and we will talk about the 7th annual Summit and Gala fundraiser in Ghana. So get ready, and we'll be right back in a few moments.
Please stay with us.
Uh-oh.
Got the anthem?
I had the anthem here.
Yes.
Just a second, let me see where it's at. Oh, okay.
Oh, Africa. Oh no. Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people, with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africa Online Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone, if we believe. Prosperity for Africans, if we believe. Medical facilitation for Africans, if we believe. Stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the AfricaOnline miracle jet, don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed, together we will win. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies, Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. We come in, we help, we assist, but Africans own Africa.
That's right.
You too. And that song, our anthem, was written by our very own CEO, and we are so excited and proud to call her our own, no other than Her Royal Highness.
Summer dresses.
Wait.
Give us 28 days of Tai Chi, and you'll be surprised by your.
That's songs written by our very own CEO, none other than Her Royal Highness, Reverend Dr. Pam. And I'm not going to try because I try all week and get on here and then I cannot say it. And I refuse to butcher it.
Ambassador Lisa. After how many centuries? Now you think you have suffered? See how much I have suffered. This woman can say my last name. She can say it if she puts her head to it, but
Famana.
Famano. There's not
Famano.
Nia Song knows how to say my last name. He's the one that pronounced GCE.
Of course, y'all from the same country.
Names during GCE announcements. But thank you, Ambassador Lisa. So next week we're going to be talking about stress awareness. It's Stress Awareness Month. It's also a bunch of other health issues, but we're going to be talking about stress because the stress meter in this country is gone, beyond the roof. That's what we're going to be talking about. And I just put the link to the 7th Annual Summit and Charity Ball in Accra. Ambassador Lisa is going to be there. Thank you so much, Madam Ambassador. We're going to be discussing healthcare. And we're also going to have a historic groundbreaking of a huge medical center in Ada. So I'm very, very excited about that. And we have some powerful speakers. It's on the link. There are some that have not been uploaded yet because I have to do that myself. And Ambassador said, speak about Operation Borehole 55 while I pull up the video of the Sierra Leone, Cameroon, and Kenya.
I certainly will. Operation Borehole happens to be very close, near and dear to my heart. And it is a project that we here at AfricaOnline started a few years ago. And we are bringing it back because it was always our desire to see a borehole placed in a medical facility in every country on the continent. So we were very successful in planting our first borehole in Sierra Leone. We had a fundraiser, a telethon, and I'm thinking about and planning another one so that we can begin to work on the other 54 countries. Now, we're talking about government-approved medical facilities that have no running water, not even talking about clean water. We're talking about no running water at all. Can you imagine going to a government clinic and there is no water, no running water to clean the instruments, to sterilize the tables? And a lot of women there are having babies at night. And you've got some clinics that we've had that have submitted videos or saying that they have upwards of 10 babies born a night, and there is nothing to sterilize and clean the table and the instruments in between the deliveries. And that is just not right. So it is our desire to see a borehole put in every country And the borehole does not just benefit that medical facility, but there'll be a tap that will run outside that will also benefit the neighborhood as well. Sierra Leone's tap not only is blessing the medical facility, but it is, I believe the number is now close to 6,000 households.
It started out as 6,000 households, 30,000 plus people. But the number has increased. We just need to get the current
Yes.
census of
But
Karen district.
but the borehole is blessing all these people with clean running water, where they don't have to send their children to a dirty water hole first thing in the morning while it's still dark before they go to school and even had breakfast. Some of the videos that we had sent that were made for this project are very disturbing. And we just encourage you to make a donation of any kind to just get this pot rolling. So, like I said, Sierra Leone has already been started. Our next country is Kenya and Cameroon. We do not pick these countries ourselves, because if we did, then we would definitely be picking our own. But they're computer generated. We allow the computer to pick the country out of the videos that have been submitted. I believe we're going to get started with a whole bunch of new videos that we're going to be requesting for this next round, but we need your help. We can't do it without you. If we could, we would love to, but we want you to be a part of what God is doing in these countries as well. My pastor always says, if you can sow there, you can go there. Now, you may not be able to go there right away, but if you begin sowing there, then you'll eventually be able to go there, and you'll be able to see with your own eyes the needs of the people. So our borehole in Sierra Leone is not only has the clinic has clean running water, but it has solar panels. And the people were taught by the engineer, who was so blessed with the fact that we were here in America and trying to do something in Africa, that he excuse me, he did the borehole at the cost that we had, as opposed to what it actually cost. He also, at his own expense, wired and put in solar panels, and he put in the lights. He made sure that the delivery room and the waiting room had working lights, and we're so blessed. Now, we're not taking any of your donations to go there ourselves. We have engineers on the ground. We have people, and we have boots on the ground in every country. So we're not taking your money to go do site visits. Every dime that you send goes towards the borehole project. And we would like to see all 55 of these countries have a borehole in our lifetime. So please, sir, please, ma'am, would you please consider making a donation to Africa Online TV? I believe it's africasbrainbank.org, where the donations are going to be sent.
Yeah, because Africa's Brain Bank is implementing the project. We have boots on the ground.
Africa, AFRICA with an S, africasbrainbank.org. You can go there and donate. Every time you think about us, drop $5, $10, 500, 100, 1,000. The sky is the limit, so that we can get these boreholes off the ground, and we can see our people not be so stressed with trying to get running water. Amen.
Yeah, Ambassador Lisa, let me just, so I've put the playlist. This is not the comprehensive playlist. This is just the before videos and the after videos that we got. And these are not stock videos. These videos, you will hear them saying they are making the videos for Africa Online.
I have a video ready if we would like to share one.
Oh, okay, you want to share it? Yeah, you can share it. I put the playlist on the link.
So,
the vision came in 2016 as Operation Borehole 54. And once Morocco rejoined the AU, we changed the name to Operation Borehole 55, and we sank the first borehole in 2021 during the pandemic. And our theme for Operation Borehole from day one has always been water is life.
Water is life.
Go ahead and share. Yeah, you can go ahead. Which video are you sharing? The one from Cameroon,
I'm
Kenya,
not sure. I'm not sure where this video is from. Sometimes the volume is a little hard to hear, but these were the videos that were taken by residents who request our help in getting.
Okay, that's a video from Sierra Leone.
Buried in the heart of this forest is the only water source which the people of Ngafor community are using. Ngafor is a community in Sierra Leone which holds about 600 to 1,000 people without any improved water source. You can see people heading to the stream, which is about 1 mile away from the village.
1 mile
Pregnant
away.
women, lactating mothers, disabled have to trek these distances to go and fetch this water. Still moving to the facility.
I never noticed that girl with the
forest,
baby tied
the
on her
only
back
source
before.
of water. There are a whole lot of risk in accessing this water. Not only the distance, but there are whole chances of snakes, being that this is a forest. After several hours, after covering distance 20 to 30 minutes of walk, we finally arrived at the water source. This is the only water source, and it is buried in the midst of a forest.
See, this young man is
What beats my
washing his feet
imagination is
in the
that this is the
water, in
water
the
they use
same
for
water.
drinking,
It looks like
for
he's using
cooking,
some soap or
taking bath,
something.
everything. You
And
can
this
see
is the
people
water that they are gathering
laundering.
to take
Somebody
back
has
to
just
cook with,
completed laundering. This woman is
to wash their
And to the,
clothes
and to the
with,
clinic, and to the clinic.
and
those
to the clinic
with the buckets
where
are
mothers
here
are giving
to
birth,
fetch water for their domestic use.
where you're having
People are taking
surgeries.
baths here. People are laundering here, and this is the only source of water. The only source of water. They don't have any improved water source. The journey continues. We'll fetch water, and the kids are going back now home. You
They're
can see
going
that
back
woman
another
carrying a
30-minute
child.
walk
Have to cover this
with these
distance of
buckets of
20 to
water.
30 minutes of walk before reaching this point. You can see this gentleman is physically challenged, but has no option unless he has to come here. They have to come here. Even at night, when they are faced with emergencies, they have to come here to fetch water. As you can see, we are in the forest. We are heading home back. I came to see this water point, as you've seen, and it is the only source of drinking water. Almost everybody has left this gentleman behind. You can see him struggling to carry the water home. It's challenging. Everybody has left him because of his status. He's challenged, physically challenged, and we are climbing a hill in the forest. This is the situation the people of Ngafor community here in Sierra Leone are facing. The water being used, the water being fetched from this forest is used for domestic purpose. Now they are washing the pan. This is what they are used for bathing. And the woman has come with the water, and here we are. She's cleaning things.
Ambassador, I think we can pause it, you know.
I am doing this video for AfricaOnline Media Corporation. This is Joshua Maxim Kanukin from Sierra Leone. We hope and pray one day this narrative will change in Ngafor community.
So the Kerene district got the water, not the Ngafor, because we are only doing one per clinic per country. Until we are done, then we'll go back to Sierra Leone. Back to you guys, anchors.
Thank you. So you can see how important it is that we help our sons and daughters on the continents to get running water for the clinic. That mother had to carry that baby all the way a mile there and a mile back, and then come back and do the dishes that looked like she had already started. That's not right. We want to help them get some water, because water is life and water is important. So again, I make my plea. If you can begin to go to africasbrainbank.org and make some donation, that we can begin to get ready for Kenya and then Cameroon to get water sources, clean water sources as well. Back to you, Nia-san, to continue our conversation on financial literacy. You are muted. You're muted. So while Nia,
I've been almost everything of mine is muted or disabled. I was trying to chat with Valeria privately, but I can't get that. It says it's disabled. All the same, please, now that we know that we can use this forum to contact as many people as we can, what should we do going forward? We on the program, we who may be contacted by people who listen to the program and want us to help them.
Yeah, so real quick, the reason why your chat was disabled because you were kicked out and you came back in chat, just give you access so you can still chat with Valeria privately.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go ahead. Valeria, please go ahead. What you did not say that you wanted to say, which will not prevent you from summarizing your thoughts at the end. Tell us what we did not ask you and you really wanted to say.
Thank you very much for your questions. And again, thank you for having me. Financial education, as we say, is a necessity. Everyone needs to be financially educated. One of my goals is to financially educate 500 people every month. And we do that with our workshops daily. So anyone that is listening to me, you can reach out, you can go to my website and schedule a no obligation appointment. That means it is complimentary, you don't pay for it, and we can have a one-on-one. Or if you can put together a group of people and invite me, I will be glad to come and present. Pick the topic. We have different topics on workshops. So today we talked about building savings and wealth. We also have managing debt. So if you have debt and you want to learn how to get out of debt, we do have strategies that we can help you with. Again, you can also call me on my number, 346-757-5501.
And please say your website aloud. Say it.
Okay.
Tell them your website.
The website is kind of long, so maybe the number, if you have WhatsApp, you can reach me on that number. Then I will direct you to the website. And I think my phone number will be the best way to get in contact with me.
Please, can you say the phone number again? I'm sorry.
346.
Yes,
757.
757.
5501.
That the first three numbers after the 346, your voice keeps getting distorted.
346-757.
5501.
Yes. So calling, texting, WhatsApp, whichever one works for you, do that, and we can connect. So Nia Song, if anybody needs to talk to me, just give that person my number.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So we do have a few minutes before the show closes, and we talked about how to build wealth. We talked about how to save. For a few minutes, Valeria, can you talk about some of the hindrances, the excuses, or the reasons? I don't like to use excuses. Some of the reasons that people say they can't save, but they actually can if they understood why it's necessary.
Thank you very much. So one of the reasons will be I don't make enough money. How do we overcome that? Spend less. You may be making a lot of money, but you just have too many things that are not one, they are all wants. Reduce your wants and focus on your needs. If you make money, you should be able to save. Start with 1 hour of your pay. Treat your savings as one of your bills.
That's a good one.
Yeah, if you treat it as a bill, you will save. I can use myself as an example. When I did my personal financial strategy so many years back, I thought about, will I be able to save this money every month? But the first thing I remembered was I'm a spender. And so for me to save, I had to make that decision where I'm forced to do it. So I did a direct withdrawal where they take the money directly from my account. So before I see my paycheck, they've already taken it out. So
wonderful. That's a good idea.
So I make do with what I have. So again, always remember that now is the best time. Now is always the right time. There's never a perfect time to save because life will always happen.
Please, can you say that again? for people who are skeptical about saving, can you tell them that they should tell their employees to put that little saving apart before they pay them? Tell them, I mean, let them know that it is something that can be done.
Yes.
And
So
it's advantageous.
think about it like taxes. Before you get your pay, taxes are paid. What if you were the one collecting the taxes? Now, in this case, you are the one saving your money. So you know when you are paid, if you are paid on every 5th of the month, before that money hits your account, make sure that you do a direct withdrawal where they take it directly before you even see the paycheck. And you know, it's out. And so you won't miss it. Always remember that paying yourself first is the best decision you can make for your family. Because at the end of the day, no one can provide for you better than you can provide for yourself. What others do should add, but not be the main thing. You always want to be prepared. And that is why start by saving 1 hour of your pay, increase it, or if you decide to go with percentage, start by saving maybe 5%, move it up to 20. As you free your bills, as you pay off bills, then you save more. If you feel that your income is so small, then think about getting into a business. Talk to me, let me help you. I'll mentor you, help you build this business so that you can make that extra income and save more. So even if you don't want to save because for rainy days, save for your confidence. Save so that money is not something that you worry about. Save for charity so that you can give more to charity. You know, if you think that you don't need the money, do it because there are so many people that will benefit because you are saving. And if you're one of those people that think that it is not possible, give me a call so I can help you walk that journey. I used to be one of them, but today I am a believer I'm a crusader, and I have helped many people save. So I know that people have different stories. As you heard from my sister, because of the savings, she was able to get her daughter through college without needing to take loan. She was able to put down payment for our home, which I did the same. So there are many stories we can tell you about the importance of savings, but it starts with you. It is a mindset and it is a decision. You cannot afford to wait. Now is always the right time.
Is there anyone that had a question to ask, please, before we begin to go around the table? Just in case there's somebody who joined later and wanted to say something, we don't discriminate. We don't keep people aside. So we try to give everybody a chance. Please.
All right, Mercy, you need to speak.
You need
I don't
to
know why
speak.
she's not showing her face.
Who, Mercy?
Mm-hmm.
Is she a triplet?
She's not the triplet. The
Oh,
triplet
okay.
is Vivian.
Let her go ahead, please.
She's muted.
Oh, she needs to unmute.
I need some proceed.
Okay. I'm going to take a round of the table. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing all the faces. There's something wrong with my screen.
You want Ambassador Lisa to help you, or you want me to help you?
You can help me, please.
Oh, there's Mercy.
Oh, there she goes with a new hairdo. I don't know why she was hiding her hairdo. All right, you are unmuted. You are arriving at the end of the show, but when you need to say something, you are muted.
Okay, go ahead, please. I can see you now.
I know the story that I've heard about this same teaching or lecture that she's giving. Mm-hmm. I'm part of it. I just have to implement.
You just have to. So you have not implemented yet. They say a prophet is never honored in his own town. All right.
Yes, I haven't. I just have to.
You are not the right person to advise. Turn off your mic.
Okay. All right. That being said, I'll take a round of the table if the chair allows me to.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
You're the
all right.
anchor.
All right. No, I just wanted to be sure that I have the green light to go ahead to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So let me see. Where's Sister Vera? Sister Vera, please, you have a last word to say without taking it away from the anchor, from the guests, from the main guests.
Okay, thank you again for letting me share. Like she said, now is the right time. So if you are still not sure, all I can say is just take that leap of faith and you will not regret it. Thank you so much.
Go into Mercy's mind and say what
I
you
was
want.
just about to say, Mercy, did you hear that? Wait, Mercy, come back on. Unmute yourself. I want to do something. Mercy, unmute yourself. I don't think Valeria and Vera had done a good job. Mercy, unmute yourself, my friend. I want to see your face.
I'm here.
I want you to commit on this air that you are going to implement what Valeria and Vera has been hitting your head for over the last 10 years. I want to hear that commitment right now. I want to hear, thousands of people are going to watch you. So you better commit right now.
Make a public commitment, please.
Just start today. Just start savings today.
Yeah.
Call Vera or call Valeria, one of them. Okay, did you guys hear that? So, Valeria, I'm expecting a 10% commission on whatever, because I've just done what neither you or Vera could do.
Yeah, that time I will go to Africa Bank.
Yes, for Operation Borrow 55.
Okay.
So,
that is correct.
Mercy, watch that video. Let me put that playlist again. There is a clinic in a place called Bamukumbi. I'd never heard of it. It's in.
I've been there. It's in
Balikumba.
Balikumba, yeah. I went there.
Okay, good. You will see this clinic. You will cry if you see the water where the clinic is getting the water. So let me put that playlist again. I'm having goosebumps that Mercy actually committed. So I'm gonna put that playlist back on the chat box. Mercy, watch that video. Vera, you will, Valeria, you will see the clinic in Bamukumbi. They see 400 plus patients a month. And where they get the water, oh my God. Just make sure you eat before you watch it, because if you watch it before eating, you're going to lose your appetite. Mercy, watch it. That's the link.
All right. That's it.
So why are you cutting me short? She's going to donate. They're donating money to Operation Borrow 55.
Yes. Let her go ahead.
Valeria says she's been to Bamukumbi, so it's good. I had never heard of it till we got this video.
Yeah, I've been there. I did some work with the Plan International way back so many years ago.
Okay, go watch that playlist. You will see the nurse there. You will see where they are getting water to treat patients. We're talking about terrible, not just dirty water, but I don't know if this is physics or I don't know what it is. You will see it on the video. It's horrible. That's what they are using for the clinic.
We'll take that to one of our groups and see if we can fundraise. We can put that as.
That would be awesome. 100% of the money is going to go there. That's the playlist. You will see the video from Bamukumbi. There's videos from Kenya there, but focus on Bamukumbi. All right. You see? So 2 miracles have happened today. Mercy is going to sign up, and we're going to get a fundraiser for the and so Ambassador Lisa, I'll give you her number so that for the you guys work on the Operation Ball 55. Thank you. And it's a tax write-off because AfricaOnline and both Africa's member are 501c. This is awesome. All right, Niasong, now you can continue.
Vera, thank you very much for what you've done. And now, Ambassador Lisa, please, before you jump on the next flight, give us your last word.
Okay, well, as we said, this is Financial Literacy Month, and we encourage you all to learn something about your finances. We don't want you to just work a job every day, going to a job that you hate just to pay bills. We want you to be able to go to work, save money so that you can enjoy the money. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you cannot fathom for the life of you putting aside 1 hour of your paycheck, get a jar. Get something, and when you go to the store at the end of the day, take all your change out of your pocket and put it in that jar. You will be surprised at how much you will save by the end of the week, by the end of the month, just by putting your loose change in a drawer. And then you can be encouraged to go on to maybe get that 1 hour of your salary. And as you know, you'll be putting that 5, 10, 15, 20, you'll be putting $161 away. And very shortly, you'll be a millionaire. So that is our desire. And then we want you to come back and bless Operation Borehole, bless Africa's Online, because we had the financial literacy giants here to help you understand and to know that it is possible to save and create wealth. Again, we are Africa Online, and we are here every Sunday from 4 to 5:30, talking about a variety of topics that benefit, encourage, and enlighten and empower our children on the continent and those of us here in the diaspora. Find us on YouTube and or Facebook. Like and subscribe our page. Like and subscribe Operation Borehole. Go search those videos out and consider making a donation to africasbrainbank.org so that we can put these boreholes in the countries on the continent and we can see everyone have clean drinking water, because water is life. Thank you, Nia-san. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Valeria. I'm going to call on you now. Take your time and give us your last word.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. The first thing, like I said before, pay yourself first. Treat your savings as one of your bills. Buy only what you need. Start by eliminating wants. In a week, identify what are wants. Eliminate them and focus on your needs. Make small changes. Small changes will create big wealth. For example, if you're one of those that buy coffee every morning,
Starbucks, $5, $6.
Starbucks, it adds up.
Not me, not me.
And you start making your own coffee and take to work,
Exactly.
you realize that that's saving maybe $5. Some of you buy it to work, and when you're coming back, you buy another one. That's $10 at least that you could save. $10 a day times 24 days or 30 days, that is $300 or $240, depending on how many days you work in a month. It adds up. Multiply that for the next 20 years, 30 years at 8%. That is how you become a millionaire. So it doesn't take a lot. It takes discipline. It takes consistency. And it takes commitment. And when you do that, you're on your way not only to become wealthy, but to live a debt-free life. So get on it now. Like Nike says, just do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now the chair of Africa Online Media Corporation has the last word.
I am just praising God for the miracles that just happened. Mercy is going to sign up today. If she doesn't sign up, I know her husband, I know his number. I will call it. I don't get. And all our listeners, you know me, Mercy. I will announce it if you don't sign up. You know, and if you sign up, I will announce it too. So either way, I will announce it. You know, and also the Ambassador Lisa, now you just had a champion, somebody that's going to join us on this Operation Borehole 55. I'm glad she's been to Bamukumbi. I'd never heard of them, never been there. Yeah, one of our STEM coordinators in Cameroon was going for a funeral, and she on a motorbike, and he saw this clinic, and it's like, wait a minute, we are doing this borehole project. So he stopped and took all those videos, are amateur videos done by on phones. And that thing disturbs me every time I watch that video. You will see, I'm talking about, that's the worst video of all the videos we have, where you actually see stuff, I don't want to say the name, on the water that they are taking to the clinic. Even you hear the guys saying in pidgin that, how can they be carrying this kind of water to a clinic to treat patients? Isn't that going to make the patients sicker? They're like, what choice do they have? You know, and the clinic that we sunk in Sierra Leone, they were averaging 10 delivery beds. All of us females here on this call are mothers. 10 deliveries per night on one delivery table with no water. So women were giving birth. There was nothing to clean in between. But can you imagine that? That is happening as we speak. This is not something that used to happen 20 years ago. So it is critical, and we thank you so much for doing that, Valeria.
Thank you all so much. As April begins to go towards the end, we say thank you for coming, for bringing this, and please always answer as you've always done. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And please, next week, stress, stress, stress. Eat desserts. Don't get deserted. so please don't get stressed.
Never heard that one. Okay.
So please eat desserts. Don't get stressed. Thank you very much and have a great week.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Ambassador Lisa, safe journey.